guys, James here today and welcome back to another Sims 4 build video. Today we are going to be doing a circle house. Now, I believe that name sounds familiar because I think I did do a house called Circle House before, but that was really just octagons. Now, this is an actual circle. If you saw my video the other day when we were playing around with the new platform update, I talked about how we can now use the curved platform pieces, or curved, I guess, foundation pieces, and turn them into platforms and make essentially curved walls. The thing is, they're not really walls, they're the edge of a platform, and you can't really put windows or doors or really anything in them at all, so they're completely functional. But hey, don't let that discourage you from watching this video, because I think it turns out looking really cool, and you can see how we're doing it here. I know it's all going quick, but basically I get the big corner piece, then I cut through the middle as much as I can, and here I was just testing to see if I could put like a door frame or something on the outside and have it look cool. Really, you can't. So essentially what we end up with are these big chunks of platform and then like one tile on each of the four sides so we can add a door or a window. So it's kind of interesting. It's a bit of a silly concept, but I think it does show the potential for doing curved walls. And I feel like if they've gotten this far, with the amount of things that they've added into this game in build mode since the launch of the game, I feel like they could do curved walls. I feel like they could do that. But whether they will, that's probably unlikely. I feel like they won't, but still, I mean, it seems like they could. That's all I'm saying. Because we can now, with all the patterns that we can do on platforms, we can add bricks to it, wood and tiles and all that kind of stuff, and make it look like a wall. So that's exactly what we're doing. I was originally just gonna try and build purely a circle house and put everything in that. But you can see from the walls how little living space we actually have. And I mean, it would be a great bunker, I guess except for the windows, but you could fill that in. The walls are so thick. They're like Minecraft thick, maybe 2 or 3 blocks wide. But I figured I would build off to the side and actually add some livable space because the middle, so this house really, I don't think it would be good for gameplay. And I quite frankly don't recommend it. But if you want to, you can download it. The link will be below, or it's on my gallery page, which is James Turner YT. Though, having said that, you could play with this, but yeah, it'd be really annoying because the whole middle section, with the thing with platforms, and the reason they are so cool is because when you put walls down, you can still see them. The problem with that is when you put walls down, you can still see them. So they are the height of a wall, but you put walls down and they stay there. So it kind of makes playing in the middle of the house really uncomfortable and really difficult. I did originally intend on just having the central section of the house being a stairwell. I even actually tried using platforms to build like a spiral staircase because I've actually seen a few people do that online. There's been some really, really cool ones. And I did do it. I built it successfully. I did some platforms that were stepping up in a spiral fashion in the middle. However, it was just glitching out. The sim wasn't liking it. They couldn't seem to get up it. I think it was something to do with all the diagonals and all that. It was too much for the poor stairs to handle. So I instead scrapped that idea and I end up doing a stairwell at the back of the house. So again, separate from the circle. But we do use the circle for living space. Don't worry. I know as much as it seems like right now, the circle is just there for show. And it totally is because it looks cool. A much more practical use, and this was mentioned by you guys in the comments, would be to do like silos and stuff like that now. You'd be able to build like a really tall silo on your house on a farm sort of styled lot, which would be really cool. And it would actually be a lot easier. Like before you could do it, I guess, with foundations. But this gives you more flexibility to do it anyway, which is nice. So I thought off to the side here, I would do like a nice contemporary extension. I mean, this whole thing is supposed to be contemporary. The weird thing is, you'll notice because the circle, we can't have any windows or anything on it. It's just a big wall. So a lot of my time was also just spent kind of disguising the big, I don't know, this big hunk of brick. Yeah, I had to disguise it because it quite frankly doesn't look very good. So I put like lots of vines and trees and stuff and bushes in front of it. Also, I just realized I'm wearing a headset and I really don't need to be because there's no sound. But I don't know. I feel like I do that a lot. So that's better. Anyway, now, yeah, this whole sort of side bit, I didn't really know how I was going to lay out the house yet. So I was just kind of building what I thought would look cool. Especially using a platform, sort of thicker roof on top. I don't go too overboard with platforms in this build. But I mean, well, I guess having said that, the whole circle bit is platforms. But I use them sparingly because I want them to be a nice little feature, but not necessarily something that I'm just putting everywhere for the sake of it. So there is some nice usage of it later on, we'll see, but it's pretty low key for the most part. And I don't know if this will annoy you, but I kind of, so this fence, this glass fence here, you can see it's going directly into that window. I wasn't sure if I minded that or not. In my head, it would stop just before and have like a little gap. So it wouldn't, in like real life, it wouldn't just go into it. But I didn't know if that was kind of dumb and kind of annoying. But anyway, I think I leave that because I was like, nah, it's probably fine. So that might really annoy you, but that's the way it is. Yeah, so this is where I was like, okay, I got to do something about the front of this build because there's no way I can leave this wall looking like this. At the moment, it looks like a Batu build, really, because it's a circle. They thought circles are only possible in Batu, but no, we proved them wrong. We can build them wherever we want. We can bring Batu to a world near you. Or not, you don't have to bring Batu. Anyway. I was just looking through debugs, seeing if there's anything interesting. So at this point, I cut out a lot of stuff here. I spent, like I said before, I spent ages trying to do a spiral staircase with the platforms themselves. And then I just tried doing regular stairs inside the middle of the build. It just didn't work. So instead, I was like, you know what, it's going to be a lot easier if I just build a stairwell on the back of the house. So that's what this is, and that's all it is. So a 3x3 room. Then I ended up putting stairs in. I did, again, try to use some platforms in the stairwell. Turned out to be just really unnecessary. It was way more complicated than it was worth because it didn't really work for the shape of the room. And just using the stairs as the way that they are, like currently are, with like just turning the stairs and doing configurable platforms and all that worked fine. So you'll see me just sort of trying to get the platform to work here because I knew that I don't think there is a platform that goes directly in between a regular wall height. So that's why I was like, okay, what if I do like one step in the middle and then get the stairs to go up? And it just wasn't working. And then I was like, why am I doing this? Because they literally did a stairs update so we could turn the stairs in whatever direction we wanted. So that was probably a lot easier. You know what? I really am impressed. As buggy as platforms are, as are most things in The Sims 4, they add so much to build mode. Like you'll see when I come to doing the landscaping at the back of this, if it was just flat, it would have looked, it would still look pretty good. I mean, I don't mean to talk myself up. It still looked pretty good. But with with platforms in different levels, it makes a huge difference, I think. And I think it looks really cool. So, and there's so many creative uses. Like in the last video we did where we did the bunk bed sort of setup, there's been a whole bunch of different designs of that now that people have been doing. And like I mentioned before, someone has done spiral stairs with them. It's really, really incredible. And that's why I'm hoping like maybe they will add curved walls as well. That would be cool. I mean, I don't know how useful that'll actually end up being. It's one of those things where I think in everyone's mind it would be really cool. But in reality, curved walls aren't that cool. Because I remember I was looking at a few years ago, there's like these apartments that are basically designed around like a silo. So it's literally like a circle. And you go in and I don't know, it just makes it feel so small because it's in a circle. The wall just curves around. It's cool. But then I was thinking as well, like practically speaking, that'd be really hard to furnish because if you do a straight edged anything, like a couch or something, you first of all can't put it up against the wall, but even if it's off the wall a little bit, it will look kind of strange because you got this curved wall behind it and then a straight couch or a table. So you'd kind of need something curved as well to fit into the space nicely. So I don't know. I think it sounds really cool, but in practicality, it probably wouldn't be. I mean, maybe in The Sims, it'd probably be very cool, but I feel like in real life, it's kind of overrated. I was also thinking about like, I know everyone always talks about spiral stairs, and I've been talking about it in this video too. But I feel like it's one of those things that was really in fashion when they added them into The Sims 2. I think, did Sims 1 have them? I don't know if Sims 1 had them, I can't remember. But either way, Sims 1, Sims 2, around that time, I feel like they were way more popular. And I'm saying that just because I've been rewatching so many old episodes of Grand Designs, and I swear like every second place has a spiral staircase in it. And I was like, oh, maybe they're more popular then, because I feel like it's not anymore. I mean, I guess it's also circumstantial. If you live in a smaller place, it makes sense too. But I don't know. It's again, to me, it seems like one of those things that's like maybe it's not that important. It'd be very nice to have those, so there's the option. Because it's cool that we can turn the stairs and have them spiral. But obviously that looks really blocky, so it'd be nice to have like a curved set. Oh, that's right. In Sims 1, I was just thought about it. In the Sims 1, the stairs just placed as one big object, and I think they did have curved ones or like arching stairs. So I don't know, something like that would be cool. So at this point, I started furnishing, and I was trying to figure out how the heck I'm going to furnish this place. Because I had basically locked in my head that we were going to use the circle, which is actually just a square on a diagonal now on the inside, which is kind of ridiculous because really annoying. I figured we're going to use those as living spaces, and then we'll use this wing that I built for the bedroom. So we're going to end up having 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and then kitchen and a living space. Really annoying layout though, because as you know, the stairs are at the back in the little stairwell. So you'd have to go to get to the kitchen is downstairs is where I've put it, and then upstairs is the living room. And if you're in one of the bedrooms, you have to walk all the way to the center of the house, then go out the back, up the stairs, and come in just to get to like the living room. It's not great, but I mean, it's fun. You know, it's fun. Now, I took some inspiration from the Snowy Escape expansion and decided to do this toilet in a separate room because that is a very traditionally Japanese thing to do, and that's why you'll see them all through Mount Komorebi in the builds that we did. So I also, just for gameplay-wise in The Sims, I don't know why I don't do it more often because it's so annoying when a sim wants to use a toilet and there's another sim in the bathroom doing something else. So I think just for gameplay, it also makes sense to have a separate room for it. Anyway, so I did that here because this is like this sort of, I guess, family bathroom. So just a nice tub, and we have a shower. And I was just using the new items because I felt like it's like, we've got new items, I might as well use them. I'm using some of the, actually, I think most of this house is using the new windows as well. I really like the stuff that came on Snowy Escape. And I didn't end up doing a build by overview this time because I know some people have been waiting for it. And I mentioned on Twitter that I was going to do it, and I did. I had prepared a whole lot to do it. But then I was kind of like, I don't know, it was kind of hard for me to do it because I'd been using the items for so long. And by the time I would have come around to doing a build by overview anyway, there's already a bunch of other people that have done them. So if you really want to see it, I think there's a lot of people that have made really great videos on it, and you can look it up here on YouTube. However, I will say my general overview of everything in the pack, not everything in the pack, sorry, no, the items, the items in build mode, very nice. Though I do have some comments to make about the counters, and I guess I'll make them here. They are cool in theory. In practice, really annoying because, well, they're cool because if you haven't seen them, they're the open shelved kitchen counters. That's cool. You can put a lot of clutter on them. However, if you don't have a lot of packs, you're not going to have a lot of clutter items, and then there's nothing to put in them. But if you have all the packs, there's more stuff. But even then, there's not that much, and then you're going to need to end up using the same things just to fill the kitchen cabinet. And while that's cool, and it does look really cool when you clutter it all in, it's kind of annoying. And again, there's no matching cabinet for it. They keep adding kitchen counters and no cabinet. Well, they don't keep adding kitchen counters. Sorry, I shouldn't exaggerate. They never add kitchen counters, but when they do, they never add kitchen cabinets, and it's so frustrating. There's never anything that matches them. I mean, yeah, there's the base game, really basic contemporary one, which does really go with a lot of the kitchen cabinets, but that's not the point. We want variety, and we want different ones and ones that match perfectly with the new ones, but they never seem to add them, and it's really frustrating. Also, another issue, so this is all to do with kitchen counters, and I feel like I always seem to go on a rant about kitchen counters, but I think it's because they don't add them often, and when they do, it's always wrong. It's wrong. They're really nice. They are really nice, but that issue, and then if you look at the kitchen cabinet, when you place it, because the item comes with like built-in shadows, so like if you look at it, the shelves underneath are like darker. That's not really a game shadow. That's just like the item having a piece of shading put on it. So when you put two of them next to each other and you look through the side of it, the first one's lighter, then the second one gets darker, and it looks really weird. It'd be better if I just showed you, but yeah, that kind of annoyed me too. So they're, like I said, they're very nice in theory, but I don't think I'm going to be using them that often because of that, and because, yeah, I don't know. It's just annoying. Anyway, that's my build by overview for Snowy Escape. Very nice overall. Kitchen counters, okay, but probably won't use them that much because of the issues with them. So that's a shame. Moving on from that, and I don't want this whole video to turn into a rant. So this is the single bedroom doing downstairs. I try to do a fun, more colorful thing because as you'll note, the color scheme of the walls is just white, and then the floor is just wood, and then in the bedrooms is this sort of grey carpet. So my classic color scheme. I don't know, I love it. I don't have any problems with it. It's so good. It's the aesthetic that I like, and I'm gonna stick to it. Though I was trying to add a little bit more color to this room, not overly so. So if you wanted to use this house for whatever reason, I don't know why you would. You might want to download it to have a look at it, but I honestly think you'll be way more annoyed just trying to play this lot when you realize how annoying the platforms are. Like we'll have a look at the end of this video in live mode, so you can see. It's really funny. But yeah, I don't think you're going to want to play with this house. So this was just more an exercise in decorating and building a fun-looking house than building something that people will actually play with. I don't know. I spent a long time trying to choose a desk and a wardrobe that would go in this room, and I wasn't even that happy with the end result here, but I figured it was fine. The kid gets a laptop, nice and pink to match the bed, you know. It's just a little bit of fun, that's all. There are a lot of bits that I did cut out of this video because some of the furnishing was taking ages, specifically in like the center of the house. I think I cut out a lot of the kitchen furnishing because it is a nightmare. The kitchen's on a diagonal in a room that basically has like 4 hallways coming off of it, so it's kind of crazy. You can see it here. It's got like, so I've used the end pieces to line up with the hallways. It actually worked really well. Like those triangle end pieces of the counter actually kind of worked really well. Yeah, you can see I pretty much cut out most of this furnishing, and then I decided I should probably add an island counter in the middle there. We'll get a better look later because there was like no counter space. And then this is the living room on the level above. And this was also just kind of difficult. It's a weird space. I did my best. I think it actually turned out pretty well for what it is, which is basically a bunker with no windows. It does have windows, obviously, but only in those tiny little offshoots. And you can't make them any bigger just because of the way the platforms work there. So that's the room. You know, it's it'd probably be a little sad to live in, but it's just what you deal with. So I'm obviously using a lot of the new Snowy Escape stuff here because I'm still really excited by all the new items. And also I really love the aesthetic. Like Japanese furniture is I think it's so beautifully designed, and the color scheme. I really love the light wood tones. I think they look so nice. That's why I did a whole starter home based on the light wood tones because I thought it looked so nice. And then they put light dirt under it, which is fine, but I kind of wish I knew earlier, so then I probably would have made the whole thing darker just to contrast more. Anyway, that's another story. Let's not go down that rabbit hole. Yeah, so I was really enjoying it. The only thing is, the only thing that's annoying is the floorboards. Because the room is on a diagonal, the floorboards look like they're on a diagonal, but they're not. It's the entire room that is. But that's just something that happens, I guess, in a circle house. You know, it's one of the problems with living in a circle house. And also you get those weird shadows on the diagonal. I also cut that out because it took me ages to figure out what I wanted to do with the TV section there too. So this little section here is the one that goes off to the master bedroom, which is basically the whole upper floor of that extra wing. So we've got 2 bedrooms downstairs. If you missed it before, we got the double bedroom and the single with the sort of family bathroom. Then up here we have the master bedroom and ensuite. And then I thought I'd do these little decorative things in the window bays because they are just like this weird 1x3 offshoot. I figured I'd try to make them useful. So in this case, I put an easel, which I put the easel there because I thought it'd be useful, not because I thought it'd be practical. Because if you actually had an easel there and you started painting, it would block literally all the light into the room, so it makes no sense, practically speaking, because especially if you're painting, you wouldn't be able to see what you're painting. So it just looks nice. And it's useful in The Sims, so that's why that's there. This side I did a little desk and a computer setup. Again, not really ideal if that's like your only light source and only view to the outside wall. I mean, there's a big mirror. That's nice if you like mirrors. So there's that. Yeah, so there's just this little hallway here. Yeah, the hallways are only 1 wide just because that's how much room I had between the curves. Because I guess technically speaking, the house is not a perfect circle because we have the 1 wide gap in it. It's technically not a perfect circle because it's got flat edges. So if we wanted a perfect circle, we'd have to get rid of those hallways and then, like in my platform build video, just do like a ladder or something coming out of the basement to get into it, which would be even less practical. So that's why I did this. I thought this at least was more useful. So this is the master bedroom. Again, I thought I'd use a platform in here, just have a bit of fun, have the bed on a raised platform. And I thought I'd make the lower area out of carpet. So I don't know, I thought it was quite nice. And then the bed was on a platform, which I thought was cool because then you wouldn't get the annoying carpet dents from a bed sitting on it, even though it's Sims and it really doesn't matter. I find myself doing a lot of real world comparisons in Sims and then on some random issues like that, I guess. And then other ones I'm like, oh, it's Sims, it doesn't matter. So I don't know. Some things I care about, some things I don't. Yeah, just a really simple bedroom. Bed on a platform, dresser and all that. I thought it was quite nice. I think the rooms worked out really well, like, because we got this diagonal section of this little wing, and I think the angles play really well with all the rooms, even this one up here. And then the layout downstairs, even though I'd probably like the hallway to be a bit wider, I think the layout actually worked out really surprisingly well. I was actually really happy with it. In the wing, not in the circle. The circle is the worst part of this house. Everything else in this house is nice, just not the circle. So I think it actually played out really, really nice. Like even this, I really like this sort of angled wall there. And then, I don't know, I think it looks really cool. Anyway, I was happy with it. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And if you can build a better circle house. I mean, it could even be worth doing a multi-circle house, having like multiple circles together, somehow connecting them. It'd be kind of cool. You could create this cool circle city. Oh, that's a good name, Circle City. And you have like a big circle here, then you have like a walkway and bridge going over to another one. I have the vision in my head, but I don't think it's gonna work in Sims because it will look really stupid. I don't know. I think there's so many fun ideas to explore with platforms. There's so many. This is just scratching the surface. Anyway, so this is what I was talking about earlier, doing the landscaping out back. I was like, yeah, I could just do a flat patio area, but I was like, you know what, let me use some platforms here. I'm gonna raise up this area, create a nice raised outdoor dining and barbecue space. And then along with that, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna lower another section down and add that in to create a lot more intrigue to the whole area. And I think it turns out really, really nice. I also did a little detail around the front of the house, which I don't think you can really see, where I did like a little trench with a platform that was sunken down in front, just because I thought it looked cool. It looks like a cool detail. And I'll show you that when we jump into the game, which we'll do soon. We'll just have a look at a little bit of the back landscaping here, and then we'll just jump into the game. So I just did like a little cover, or like not really cover, it's like a little lattice work kind of thing. Then I put some vines and bushes and stuff on top of it, so it kind of looks like it's grown over. Because this whole, well, not this whole, but a lot of this house, I've done lots of shrubbery and bushes around the circle to like cover it, essentially. So I figured it kind of made sense to also have this outdoor sort of trellis or lattice work that would have like vines and bushes growing on it too, to, I don't know, just tie into the whole thing. Like I can't imagine, I guess maybe this house could have been some old concrete like water tower thing, or like a water storage or a tank or something, and then maybe they turned it into a house, but it doesn't really explain why they would have giant chunky walls and then a diagonal room in the middle. But anyway, I don't know, maybe that's the story behind it. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's cool. It is really, really cool. So yeah, I've just done this raised platform and I thought that was cool, but I was like, you know what, I want to do more. I think that already looks pretty nice. And I was like, you know, I want to do a little bit more. Also, working with platforms is sometimes really glitchy, as you saw there, where they'll like pop up. So I found just using the platform tool in some cases, then lowering or cutting a piece in half ended up working better than trying to like cut an existing platform in half. I hope they fix some of those more annoying glitches with them, because it makes working with them sometimes a little difficult. Although I was able to get around it in this case. And here I've done a little trench. This is what I was talking about just before, at the back as well. It's just a little sunken area just around the building. I don't know, it feels like it kind of feels like it roots it in the ground more, makes it seem more sturdy. I don't know, I think it looked really cool, so that's why I went with that. And then I'm just doing a little lowered area here around this space. But we're gonna jump into the game now. I'll just have a look at the finished product of everything, and I'll show you how annoying the circle is to actually play in. All right, so here we are in the game. I think it actually turned out looking really, really cool. I actually do want to change the roof though. I noticed after I did the roof that, because I was trying out a lot of these guys and it looks kind of silly on a circle roof, and I was like, that doesn't look very good. But then I realized if I use this one that came with Snowy Escape, I think that actually looks really nice, having that sort of circle around like that. So I'd actually probably change the roof from the grass to that. Anyway, I mean, I guess I could just re-upload it to the gallery, but I already uploaded it, so I feel like it's too late. Anyway, that's what I would do. But yeah, this is the house. I think it looks really nice. I think it actually turned out really good. I don't even think it looks that strange not having a window there. even though it is a big blank wall, I don't think it looks that strange. I think it looks all right. Also, I kind of, yeah, so that fence is still there. So I put a tree there that kind of helps like take your eye away from the fence. You look at the tree instead, which is nice. But yeah, I think it turned out really well. Then around the front here, we have, yeah, this is the little trench. I'll just go down here. Whoops. This is the little trench. It sort of just runs in front of the building. It is kind of covered up, but it, like I said, it kind of feels like it roots it into the ground. I actually really like it as a little architectural detail. And then we can see the little corridor coming through the middle there. We're using a platform here to give a nice thick roof. Thick! And then we actually have a one high platform here as well to make the floor a little thicker, which I really like that. Because floors are normally this tiny little thing here, but I think this just adds so much more to it. I feel like it looks like a balcony now and not just like a little pancake that's gonna flip off. I don't know. Anyway, I really like that. There's around the side here, just more shrubs and all that. I think it's all right. I actually think that the big blank walls, even though it's blanker than I would like, I think it kind of makes sense because like it almost acts like a little bit of privacy. Like you don't want too many windows onto the road where people can look in. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to have another window there, but I don't think it looks that strange. And then around the back, I think this looks so cool. I love this, like all the different levels here, the outdoor seating area. I think this looks so nice. We got the hot tub over this side, the barbecue. There's the bin, it's right there. Nice little like hedge there, and we got this sort of a half-wall fence. I think this came together really nice. So we've got like a one high raised up platform here, then a step down to ground level, then a one height sunken area here, which again just adds that sort of depth. Hey, is that different? Oh man, finding issues all over the place with this build. Little gardening area over here as well. Look at this, some batu plants. I mean, say what you will about batu, but it has some really nice items in it, and I love this. I love this. I love this. Well, maybe not as much this one because it kind of looks a little bit more Star Wars-y. But yeah, some of the items look really cool. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting off track. Yeah, this is the house on the outside. I think it came together really nice. Now let's see how annoying it is to play. So this is walls up. This is what you'd expect when you have the walls up. And here's walls down. Yeah, it's really annoying. But yeah, this is the kitchen. I think the layout actually works kind of well. Considering the whole kitchen and this whole room is on a diagonal, I think it actually worked out pretty well. It turned out, honestly better than I thought with these sort of triangle end pieces here and then the kitchen here using the new stove as well. I think that actually turned out really well. We've got the fridge over there, a little bin and a mirror, the dining area. I didn't really know what to do with that, so that's kind of just nothing. There is a window there. The funny thing is, because walls are down, the walls down in this area is still really high because there's platforms there. So like doors and stuff don't normally render when walls are down. You can see like walls are down over here, there's no door showing. And that's the same here, but because the wall is so high, you just see a gap, which is quite funny. So anyway, if you see weird gaps or like there should be a window there, there is. It's just because the walls are down. Yeah, so that's the kitchen area, which is nice, as much as I could do there, really. There's a little entranceway here. Thought we'd take off our shoes, keep the place nice and clean. That's a batu item as well, I believe. Oh. Batu, yeah. Yeah, so that's that. And then, yeah, so this, I'll give you a good look at this layout over here. I think this turned out really nice. I might actually, the one thing I probably want to do is maybe smooth off that corner. No, it looked weird then because it's supposed to be like a little hallway connecting the two buildings. Yeah, I think this actually worked out really, really well. Like this room here has some really interesting angles in it. Like the one upstairs, you got the built-in wardrobe there, a little vanity, the double bed. I really like the color of that. And then the sort of family bathroom here with a separate toilet, which by the way does this. I did put a toilet roll here, but I think in one of my pre-builts in Snowy Escape, I did a toilet. And I don't know if they all had toilet paper with them, but I think I specifically didn't on one of them because you don't typically need it if you have all of these bidet options. There's going to be washing options, there's going to be drying options, there's going to be everything on that. Also, it's a Sims, you don't need toilet paper. But anyway, yeah, because it's a bidet that also dries you, So that's why. Anyway, there's one there in case you're concerned and you want to use toilet paper just to be safe, you can. And then the little single bedroom there. Then upstairs, we have the living space, which you saw more of in the time lapse. I mean, I did the best I could with the space that I've got. I really like this TV console area because I wanted to make a longer console, and sometimes I would use kitchen cabinets. The problem with that is when you put the walls down, the kitchen cabinets disappear. So instead I used these two guys, just as obviously the same item, I just flipped them around the other way. Especially in this case, it works quite well because even when walls are down, you can't see the other side. So I think it actually worked quite well in that sense. Like you don't even see it at all. You've just put it backwards. So that's that area. And then the master bedroom, which is a nice bed on the platform, nice big windows, and yeah. And again, I really like this angle of the room, and a nice TV over there because I mean I like it. I like a good TV in the bedroom to watch some Netflix. Is that? No, that's not Batu. Do we have any Batu in here? I don't think so. And then the master bathroom. Nothing too special, just a little shower in the corner there, little sink, toilet, and a tub there as well. And that's the build. That's the circle build. Oh, actually, I'll give you a closer look at the stairwell because it was kind of hard to see. Oh, where'd my door go? No. Wait, is it because of wall? No. Oh, you know what? I might need to re-upload. I'm going to re-upload this because there's a door missing there. There's some things I wanted to change. Anyway, so this is the area. Yeah, so the stairs are just regular stairs. I didn't do any platforms here because that turned out to be way too difficult. And then that just comes up here and then just goes through this door here into the living space. And I think that worked out quite well. Anyway, I need to fix the doors because that's gone for some reason. So we'll just put that down there. And then I guess I'll update the roof to that now. And that should be it. I'll just re-upload that because it was supposed to be like that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this cool circle build. If you want to download it, it will be linked down below and it will be on my gallery, which is James Turner YT. If you have any suggestions for other future builds, let me know in the comments down below because this is a lot of fun trying to do some different things with platforms, especially this is just really different. So I don't know. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time and have an awesome day.